The first couple of days here at the BRICS trade fair in India saw the focus shift totally onto investment opportunities across the BRICS grouping. Now, a little bit later this morning, I'll be speaking to the MEC for Economic Development and Tourism in KwaZulu-Natal, Mr. Sihle Zikalala, about, well, the focus that's become the KwaZulu-Natal province. I also spoke to, well, quite a few of South Africa's traders here at the South African precinct, and they were very excited about what is happening in New Delhi right now.
I'm Andrew Tennyson. I'm the CEO of Chemtol. We are here at the BRICS Trade Fair to explore the Indian market because we think it's a great opportunity for our company to expand further in the chemical industry.
Hi, my name is Masejo Mudisani. I'm a stakeholder relations manager at Transnet Stock Limited. Transnet is a freight logistics company. It's a custodian of the rail and the ports and pipeline network. We're here at BRICS to sell our end-to-end solution from pit to port. We're here to expose the world to our freight, our engineering capabilities, our ports, and the pipeline network, that we offer.
My name is Chucky Moodley. I'm from a company called Peninsula Drums. We're based in Cape Town, South Africa. We manufacture steel drums purely for the fruit juice industry. We do well in Africa. We export into a lot of countries in Africa. The reason we are here at the BRICS in India, Delhi, is to try and get into the Asian market.
The KwaZulu-Natal province and the Dube trade port in particular has been a hot topic of conversation here at the trade fair in New Delhi. I spoke to the MEC a little bit earlier and I asked him about the Dube trade port. But before we get there, let's hear his views on BRICS and the trade fair itself. Well, it's day 2 of the BRICS trade fair here in New Delhi. I'm with Mr. Sihle Zikalala, he's the MEC for Economic Development and Tourism in KwaZulu-Natal. Very good morning to you, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Morning. Thanks for hosting us today.
Now, I want to start with what you've been doing, but before I start with what you've been doing, just give me a first sense of your impression of what is happening at the BRICS trade fair.
Well, this is the trade fair where all countries which are part of the BRICS come to exhibit and showcase the investment, but also to present the opportunities that they have. And it is clear that many countries are prepared. You will see from the entrance of this hall and other halls, you will see a number of private sector companies, but you will see also state-owned enterprises displaying their product, but also displaying the opportunities that exist in their respective countries.
Now, you coming today wearing a hat as the representative of KwaZulu-Natal, a beautiful province in South Africa. You've also delivered a presentation, I'm sure, of what the province has to offer. Can you give us a quick little overview of what you presented here?
The first is that KwaZulu-Natal is open for investment. It is the second province in terms of the population after Gauteng, but it is also one of the fastest growing economies in the country. But it is also linked to a number of provinces. You know, if you invest in KwaZulu-Natal, you will be directly linked with Mpumalanga, Limpopo, Gauteng, but also Free State as well as Eastern Cape. We are also directly linked to Swaziland as well as Mozambique. But also, if you locate your business in KwaZulu-Natal, you will then have a free access, you will have a direct access to most of the SADC countries, as well as Africa as a whole. So KwaZulu-Natal is strategically located, but KwaZulu-Natal is also a very talented and skilled public sector as well as professionals. So if you come to invest in KwaZulu-Natal, you will have skilled people who will be able to get employment but work effectively.
Now, your first port of business was to present the province in a full presentation. What's been the response to what you've put forward so far?
Since we presented, the response has been very wonderful, with many people coming from different countries. We've had interaction with a company which is based here in India, which deals with energy as well as logistics. We're engaging. There's been an interest in that discussion from some companies in Bangladesh, but also some companies in Russia, mostly energy, manufacturing and logistics.
How do you take the kind of discussions that you're having here with these stakeholders, and how do you land it and then turn it into value?
As we have started with presentation, a number of companies have came to us showing interest. We are then scheduling meetings with them during the day where we'll interact direct and then have one-on-one, package the thinking and project and be able to ensure that we have follow-ups wherein they will then submit their proposals and see how we assist them. And thereafter, we'll be able to help and ensure that those investments take place.
Of course, the trade fair runs here in New Delhi until Friday. What does the rest of your week look like? And then I'm sure you'll be going down to Goa, where we'll be heading to the BRICS Summit itself.
After the trade fair, we are during the day. We've got meetings with various companies. Yeah? Tomorrow we'll participate in the business summit, and afternoon tomorrow we'll continue with meeting other countries, representatives now of China and representatives of Russia and Brazil. And on Friday we're going to Goa, where the summit will take place. But one of the most important things we'll be doing there is to sign a memorandum of agreement with a company called Sihle, which is involved in pharmaceuticals, and it will be opening a major plant which will be not servicing only South Africa, but SADC as well as Africa, and it will be opening that company in Dube Trade Port, which is located in KwaZulu-Natal. So we're not just coming to attend only the trade fair and the summit, but we are also will also be able to sign a memorandum of agreement with one key investor who also have conducted a feasibility study and will be directly investing in KwaZulu-Natal.
You touched briefly on the Dube Trade Ports. Just tell us, what is your hopes for this?
Dube Trade Port, together with Richards Bay Industrial Development Zone, are two special economic zones we have in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Dube Trade Port is just linked to the Durban port, which is one of the busiest. It is the busiest port in the southern hemisphere. But it is also linked, as it is within the King Shaka International. It is then linked with the cargo terminal. And we are proud that we so far have recorded a zero loss percent for that cargo since it was opened. And it's one of the key cargo for transportation of export goods from the province. But Dube Trade Port on its own, it has vast space for investment. The phase one is complete, is full now. We're moving to phase two. We're also having the third phase, where we would be locating companies which want to invest in KwaZulu-Natal.
Well, this is the perfect platform. Thank you for joining us today, talking to us about what's happening in KwaZulu-Natal. It's the MEC for Economic Development and Tourism in the KwaZulu-Natal province, Mr. Sihle Zikalala. No discussion about investment in South Africa can be complete without talking about gold. Now, IBV Gold, or the International Banking Vault, it's their business to trade in gold and to look after gold. A little earlier, I spoke to the CEO, Mr. Ashok Sonarak. Tell me a little bit about IBV and the business that you're doing and the kind of discussions that you've been having here with different stakeholders.
Primarily, our business is IBV International Vaults, which is a world-class safe deposit facility that's in South Africa, in Durban and Johannesburg. And we are now growing our vault business to Zurich, London and Dubai. So the business plan is to grow the brand IBV International Vaults globally and to take with that our associate brands, which is IBV Gold. It is important for clients who are with IBV International Vaults to have the service of buying gold from IBV Gold, which is a core investment category amongst the other investment classes that are available in South Africa and globally.
As a business owner, talk to me a little bit about the difference that you've seen in your business, but also in other business, that BRICS has made in bilateral trade and opening other avenues for South African business.
Well, Brazil, Russia, India and China are large and growing markets, and to position South Africa within these countries is a great opportunity to network, to interact, to exchange ideas and to create business links. It is so important on a global platform. So BRICS, with the association of South Africa, Brazil, India, China, is creating a business network, which is so important for us all.
I'd like to personalize it a little bit before we wrap it up. Of course, I know that you yourself are heavily involved in charity back home in South Africa. You feed thousands upon thousands of orphans. That kind of social responsibility, it's very much part of the brand that you've developed. But tell me about the work that you do there.
Well, it is indeed our passion to help the underprivileged and the less privileged. So our social responsibilities as IBV International Vaults is to ensure that we give back as much as we possibly can to our community. And in that regard, we've created a few events like the IBV Children's VIP Day, and we are the proud holder, Guinness World Record holder for the IBV Supercar Club to raise R1 million in an hour to have 211 supercars give our orphan children a ride of a lifetime in the supercars for a 45-minute run. So we like to think we're innovative. We want to invite as many social entrepreneurs to participate and be part of the grand plan of each businessman leaving a legacy to the community, and more so to the underprivileged children.
In conclusion, just to wrap it up quickly, do you think in the world of big business that we're in today, there is enough of a focus on the social responsibility aspect of business?
I personally don't think so, because I believe that there is enough money in the world of business, big and small business, for us not to have any social problems of poverty, of child protection. It is sad that governments and business at large are not doing enough. And I think the call to action, the call of sense of responsibility, the call of humanity has to be louder and stronger forever.
Mr. Sonaran, thank you for joining us here in studio today. Of course, it is the second day of the BRICS Trade Fair here in New Delhi. Mr. Ashok Sonaran is the CEO of IBV, that's International Bank Vaults, and of course they play in a space that's very familiar not just to South Africans but to the world at large. Investment, investment, investment. That's been the buzzword here on day two. Well, as we count down towards the end of day two at the BRICS Trade Fair in New Delhi, India. Tomorrow, the focus will shift towards something completely different. The topic will be women in entrepreneurship, and then after that, they'll also talk about the steel industry here in India and how it can benefit the rest of the BRICS world. Also, I'll be talking to South Africa's Minister of Small Business Development, that's Lindiwe Zulu. So, don't miss it right here on this channel, Newsroom on 404. See you tomorrow.